Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Gold with only one Natu is fast. Let's follow that up with a brutally slow one. Today's the day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Emerald with a team of only Seedot and Lotad? So, fun fact, I was originally gonna just do a Lotad run until I looked up its stats. Lotad on the right, Seedot on the left. Oh man, those stats are baby Pokemon bad, and I only have two of them. By level up, their moves are absolutely terrible, with Lotad only having weak Ghost and Grass moves early on, and Seedot flat out not learning any proper attacking moves until Nature Power, and that's a bit unreliable. Until then, it just has Bide. By TM, though, is where it gets interesting. They actually have pretty solid type coverage. It's not the best we've seen, but it's a lot better than I was expecting. If it wasn't for the TM variety being so good, I would say this is impossible. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I think that I can beat Wallace, but I'll need to be max level. Honestly, with our stats, we might even need double team. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Seedot and Lotad. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Mudkip with Lotad so that we can do the whole run with it. I picked to start with Lotad rather than Seedot because although Seedot is harder to catch in Emerald, Lotad starts with actual attacking moves. I name him Silver. Once again, I'm leaving that for you guys to figure out. Our nature is modest, so more special attack and less attack. That's fine with me. Special attack might be Lotad's most important stat in this run because of all the TM moves he can learn for special moves, but that does mean that Astonish will be even weaker early on. So, on one of the earliest routes of the game, we can catch our Seedot. Problem is, in Emerald, it only has a 1% chance of showing up, so I might be here a while, and catching tons of Seedots till I find one with a good nature probably isn't gonna happen. It took an entire half an hour, but I eventually found one. I caught one and named him Reynolds. His nature is calm, so more special defense and less attack. I guess I don't mind this nature, although I'm not thrilled about how both of our Pokemon have less attack. Anyway, he only has Bide to attack with right now, so I'll have to switch train him on the way to the Rock Gym. In the Rock Sand fight, I knew we'd win, so I got a little creative. I switch trained Reynolds for the first Geodude, had him straight up beat the second Geodude with Bide, and then had an incredibly slow battle between Silver and Nosepass. See, Roxanne only has 2 potions and a berry, so she hangs on forever, but Absorb is super effective and heals us. We won eventually, but it took a while. Unfortunately, it might still be a while before we can beat the fighting gym. This one normally isn't too hard, but we don't do much damage. One Machop was able to take out our whole team on most attempts, but this one we got a lucky crit to take him down. Meditite took ages to fight because of all the super potions, but he only used Focus Punch, so our Nature Power Swifts kept him from attacking. But the second Makahita came out, we went down. Let's go get some levels. I decided to go to the beach next since there's tons of trainers there. The nice thing about Brawly's fighting gym is that it's not actually mandatory to beat it yet, so we should be able to reach plenty of trainers. When I'm in the area, I finally give the next rival fight a try, but between Wingull's Wing Attack and Slugma's Ember, we didn't stand a chance. We're stuck between the fighting gym and the rival fight, so let's take a shot at the fighting gym again. This time goes much better thanks to a few extra levels, but we still hardly do any damage with most of our attacks. In the end, we didn't get much farther since we could hardly hurt Makahita, and we can only last against him for a bit if we use Harden. We can't get any good TMs until after the next rival fight, so let's grind a bit. Even with our entire team at level 24 though, I still can't beat the fighting gym. We still don't get very close either. Makahita's bulk up Vital Throw is a crazy combo. Right after, I try the rival fight again, and this time we were able to win, but only because of 2 lucky crits. Even with that, it was extremely close. Both crits were probably required to win that. Anyway, I'm just happy we can make some progress again. Naturally, the first thing I do is fight every trainer in the area, both for experience and money. I really want to buy the TM for Ice Beam since it's the strongest move we can learn right now, but it costs far too much for us to afford at the game corner. Honestly, I might have to play the slots if I want to beat the Electric Gym before level 40. I ended up getting 1,500 coins directly from our money, but we need 4,000, so I just had to play the slots for a while. It was crazy slow, probably about as bad as just grinding, but we'll need Ice Beam eventually anyway. We can't get it for free until after we have Surf, so this is the only way to get a better move right now. Finally, all the way at level 28, We were able to beat the fighting gym with Ice Beam on Silver, but it's still just because Makihita used Bulk Up at a time when Vital Throw would have finished us off. Man, that was harder than I expected. Even after all of the work though, we didn't stand a chance against the Electric Gym. Voltorb is still faster than us and always blows up. Silver does more damage but is part water, so he can't handle attacks very well, and Reynolds hardly takes any damage but also hardly deals damage. I really do have no choice but to grind. Even all the way at level 34, our team is slower than all of their Pokemon, so even the lower health Pokemon still get hits in on us, and even on the tries where Silver is still around for Magneton, we hardly do any damage. I have to say, this is one of the worst grinds I've had to do for a Pokemon challenge in months. Look at how little experience we're getting for each thing we knock out. We don't have any trainers left, so it's just going back and forth on this route for hours. Finally, all the way at level 38, Silver was able to Ice Beam down the first two Pokemon. We got a very lucky freeze on Magneton, still almost went down, then took him out. Manectric is last and instantly finished off Silver before having a very long fight with Reynolds. I kept using Synthesis to try and stay healthy, but Nature Power Swift was hardly doing anything. It was a battle of attrition, but I managed to win by about one attack. If I had run out of Synthesis power points one round earlier, I could have lost. Thankfully, for the first time in a while, we had an easy fight where Maxie went down the first try with a few Ice Beams, but I doubt that that's the start of a winning streak, seeing as the Fire Gym is next and we can't get any water moves yet. At the Fire Gym, things actually started super well with Ice Beam one-shotting the first two Pokemon, but Camerupt was able to get off a Sunny Day before fainting, so I was worried about fire damage. I switched to Reynolds to tank Overheat from Torkoal, but he went down. Not sure if the crit caused it or not. Regardless, we hardly did any damage at all with Ice Beam on Torkoal and went down fast. Yet again, we're at a brick wall. What if I get the TM for Dig, though? Reynolds should be able to learn that. I try it again, and although we do a bit better, it still hardly did anything. Alright, it might be time to grind again. It's a shame about that lowered attack nature. This grind is getting brutally slow by this point. There aren't many Pokemon here who give us a decent amount of experience. Reynolds finally learned Explosion, though, so maybe that'll win us the fight? Alright, let's try again, and Explosion nearly gets the knockout, but not quite. I just need a few more levels on Reynolds. I try again every single level up, and finally at level 48, he could do it. This challenge is way harder than I thought it was going to be. At least the normal gym will probably be easy. On our way to the normal gym, though, I took the Root Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone asks anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. The normal gym ended up taking quite a few tries because of slacking. The first three Pokemon aren't bad, but slacking presents a strange challenge. Normally it's easy to win because slacking loses every other turn, and often just uses counter, so it's easy to stop him from landing a hit, especially if you have something like Dig. Problem is, we have a speed tie, so sometimes the order we're fighting in will change, so Dig can't always save us from hits. We almost went down multiple times, but after a few tries, we managed to finally get the win. With that done, we finally get the HM for Surf and teach it to Silver right away. We actually have a water move after all of this time. Naturally, the last rival fight was super easy, as it always is. It helps that it's pouring rain here, so where we fought, Surf was even stronger. After that was the Flying Gym, but it was an easy first try. We have Ice Beam and it was able to one-shot enough of our team that being part Grass type didn't really come into play. The Maxie fight in the Team Magma base was surprisingly easy. I thought Crobat would keep us from getting the win, but it only took 2 tries. Right now we're at a point in the game where I'd normally start skipping some trainers, but not in this run. Not only do we have 2 Pokemon and thus we need twice as much experience to stay competitive, but our Pokemon may as well be baby Pokemon. Not even the good ones like Magby either, the crazy low stats ones like Cleffa. You gotta do what you gotta do. Now, the Psychic Gym is one of those real messes where every attempt is wildly different. AI in Gen 3 feels a little bit random in gym battles sometimes, but none more random than this one. I tried the fight a few times, but we always went down fast. Zatu's Calm Mind and Psychic combo is brutally strong, and our terrible speed is keeping us from getting the first hit. Not only that, but Reynolds' moves are no good for this fight. I'll go get the TM for Giga Drain to upgrade his moveset and try again. That didn't end up being enough to save the fight, though. We still get taken out so easily from Calm Mind followed by Psychic, and most of their team can do that. I just can't see us winning without the speed advantage, so let's come back later. Even all the way at level 62 though, we still don't stand a chance. We're able to take down 2 of their Pokemon, but then get brick-walled as they put up Light Screen and build up their Calm Minds until they can one-shot us. This grind feels like it'll never end. Even all the way at level 68, we're still slower than Xatu, but at least we deal enough damage that we're able to take down Xatu for once. In the end, it came down to Lunatone versus Silver, and we still nearly went down to a crit thanks to him hanging on with Light Screen and Calm Mind, but in the end, we were hardly able to get the win with only Silver left standing, well in red health. That was one of the roughest Lisa and Tate matches we have had in a long time. Naturally, the Archie fight after that was just a breeze. I had some fun taking him down with Explosion, mostly because we hardly ever got a chance to use the move, and it's a fun one. Finally, against the Water Gym, we had an actual very easy victory. Of course, Silver double resists water, so I knew it wouldn't exactly be brutal, but it ended up being a simple first try fight. Kingdra stalled us out for ages with rest, but despite his double team, I don't think we missed once. Thanks to that great accuracy luck, we got the win. Finally, last before the Elite Four is the Wally Fight, and he hardly landed a hit on us. We had some pretty good type matchups, although his Gardevoir did hit us hard with Psychic. Alright, let's take a look at our stats. Honestly, these are some of the worst stats I've seen in a while. Our moves are good, but just looking at our stats, I can tell that we probably can't beat Wallace without our team being at level 80 minimum. Still, I'm willing to try and see how it goes. Make your final guesses in the comments section down below on if we can win or not. Let's do this. First is Dark Trainer Sydney, and this went hilariously badly. Despite the level lead, Absol outspeeds us, uses Sword Stance, and hangs on from our attacks. Then he one-shots Silver. Reynolds was able to finish it off, but instantly got brick-walled and ended afterwards. Man, I didn't think we'd get halted that fast. Well, we almost one-shot Absol, so it should be only a level or 2 before we can win. I try again 2 levels higher, and although we don't one-shot Absol on the first hit, he used Aerial Ace without Sword Stance, healed up, then we one-shot him with Surf, so it must have been a damage range. After that, Ice Beam made short work of his grass types, and Reynolds was able to finish off Crawdaunt with Giga Drain for the win. Second is Ghost Trainer Phoebe. This one had a hilarious start where Dusclops lost most of his health from Surf, just to finish herself off with Curse. Then I just switched instantly to lose the Curse. We did lose most of our power points fighting it though. Bayonet kept trying to use Grudge against us, so I just kept switching back and forth so that we could eventually take it out without actually having to deal with the consequences of Grudge. We took damage in the process, but it was worth it. Third is another Dusclops, so we had to brute force it with Silver. We ran out of power points on Surf in the process though, so against Sableye we had to use Ice Beams. Thankfully, we crit it for the knockout. Last was another Bayonet, who took great damage from our Ice Beam, but finished off Silver. Reynolds was just hardly able to finish it off with Giga Drain, but not before almost going down and hanging on with only 6 health. That was incredibly close. Third is Ice Trainer Glacia. I tried this one a few times, but can't seem to get past her 3rd or 4th Pokemon on most attempts. The Celios are pretty easy, thanks to being part Water type, although they did hit pretty hard, but the Glalie are the real issue. They're faster than us, so we keep getting hit by them, and we have so little health and special defense that we can't really hold on, especially considering we're weak to ice. If we're too weak to get hit and too slow to take them out first with our decent moveset, then I'm just gonna have to level up more. A few levels and some power point ups later, and we're able to get farther in the fight despite still being slower than Glalie, but the Walrein at the end completely destroyed us. She was faster than us and one-shot us with a 100 accuracy move. Okay, now that's a brick wall. Seeing as we can't learn Calm Mind to build up the ability to tank hits, I think we're just gonna have to grind like crazy on the first 2 members of the Elite Four. At level 81, after many tries, we were finally able to get this great run, where we got into the Walrein fight with lots of health left, and had a brutally long Mega Drain fight. We're still slower, but at least Silver is still around, and he can handle this fight much better than Reynolds can, so we ended up winning. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Drake, and this one took quite a few attempts. First is Shelgon, who tries to stall us out, so I use Nature Power first to make sure that I don't waste power points as he protects. Then I take him down with Ice Beam. Second is Altaria, who sometimes doesn't hurt us, but did on this run before we one-shot him. For Kingdra, I can't outmuscle him with Silver, and I need Silver for the rest of the fight, so I have Reynolds hit Giga Drain, then Explosion to take him down. We failed a lot of runs due to missing Explosion from Smokescreen, but this time we hit. Flygon is 4th, and he's faster than us, but thankfully we hung on from Earthquake and one-shot him. Then last is Salamence, who brought us down to only 4 health with Dragon Claw before we one-shot him. That was extremely close. Finally, Pokemon Champion Wallace, and although Wailord went very well, Tentacruel is a brick wall. We can do almost no damage to it because of his high special defense, and his sludge bombs are absolutely brutal. Even our super effective Dig hardly did 1/3 of his health and damage. Tentacruel's a beast, and we need to get stronger if we want to stand a chance. Even all the way at level 88 and 89 though, we still get outsped by Tentacruel and easily taken out. I'm starting to think that I'm going to need to be level 100 just to beat the Pokemon champion. Grinding at this high level is terrible, by the way. Every run-through of the Elite Four will just be 1 level up on one of my Pokemon once, so this has gotten brutally slow. But we just don't have any better ground moves we can learn for Tentacruel, nor can we learn any Psychic or Electric attacking moves. It's either this or Double Team, and usually when I ask that question, you guys say you prefer grinding, so that's what I'm doing. After yet another grind, we finally take out Tentacruel by using Explosion, but instantly it dumps us with Melodic to deal with, a special defense tank that just hits Toxic. We both don't deal nearly enough damage to take him down, and having only one Pokemon left who's badly poisoned completely dooms us for the rest of the fight. We have no choice. I'm just gonna have to grind more and top off my levels with the rare candies that I've found to hit max level. Here's our stats at level 100. I swear I have seen better stats at level 70 in other runs with other Pokemon. These two are genuinely baby Pokemon terrible. Let's hope that this is finally enough to win. Finally, at level 100, we try some more. This time we managed to take out Tentacruel with 2 hits of Dig, although Reynolds almost went down in the process. He easily got finished off by Melodic before we could do anything, so it's up to Silver. Mega Drain didn't do a ton of damage, even at level 100, but at least his Ice Beams weren't bad, and for whatever reason, he kept spamming a Recover when Toxic probably would have doomed me, so eventually we took him down with a crit. Ludicolo started using Double Team, but thankfully, we hit him just fine. Whiscash easily went down in 1 Mega Drain, and last was Water Onix, who went down in 2 Ice Beams easily. With that win, we beat the run, but you know there's one last thing to try. We have to at least attempt Stephen Stone. Now, I think we're doomed, but we may as well try it. We have a lot of super effective moves against their team, but their stats are so good compared to us that I literally don't think we can win. I'm willing to try, though. Naturally, once we get into the fight, we instantly see why this is not winnable. At level 100, we get outsped and 2-shot by a Pokemon using a move that can't miss even with accuracy changes, and using our strongest move with our Mystic Water as the held item, we can't deal enough damage fast enough to win. Even after switching to Reynolds to try Explosion just to see how much it would do, it didn't do even nearly enough. Maybe if we had the best crit luck in the history of Pokemon, we could win, but I don't have weeks to dedicate to this one fight, seeing as I do one of these challenges every single week, so we're gonna have to call it here. I have to say, I got stuck way more often than I thought I would on that run. That one was so much harder than even I was expecting. I knew that it would be bad, but I didn't think it would be that bad. I really hope you guys like that run. For next Saturday's challenge, I'm going to be doing another Skyrim run, with Skyrim with only stolen items. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend What a Geek and I have done randomizer playthroughs of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White, Red and Blue, and now we're doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over on his channel, linked in the description. You can also watch myself, What a Geek, and Gooseit playing Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon X here on my channel. Also come to my Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channk. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.